Today we're going to be talking about the Pomodoro Technique. In certain circles, self-help and productivity niches and communities online, it is very well known. To the general public, it is still not that well known, but there are people, we're talking tens of thousands, who use this and are adherent to this. They're super fans of it. So what is it? It's actually very simple, and most people recognize it via the tomato-like fruit that is the symbol of this technique. And basically, it's very simple. You have a timer. They sell these little fruit timers if you want, but you just need any timer. You don't need to spend money on that. And you pick one task and then you just focus on that for 25 minutes with the timer, just that task alone. Once that's up, you get a 5-minute break and then you repeat and you keep repeating this. And the point of it is to just focus on one task, remove all distractions, and make your mind just focus on one thing so you're not stretched out and doing a million things and getting nowhere, or just getting marginal results because you're doing too many things at once. So I've studied this technique, and some people just they really love this technique so much. There's been some really famous people in the self-help and business world, like Tim Ferriss of 4 Hour Work Week, who bring this up. I've tried it myself. I think, in certain ways, just my personal opinion, I think it's overrated and it works for specific things. I do think that for the average person, it has elements that really make it work. For me, the big issue is that it doesn't emphasize that much what you choose to focus on, which is really important, and the actual 25-minute definition of what you focus on is kind of random. It's arbitrary. So why 25 minutes? I found that that doesn't really work that well for specific things, because some things may only take me 15 minutes, and for certain personality types, again, people are different, they may just not be able to focus down on something for 25 minutes. Arguably, and I can kind of see that this is true, 25 minutes works because it's kind of saying, hey, if you can't do it for 25 minutes, maybe this isn't the right thing that you're interested in. Maybe you should find a career or a calling that you enjoy more, or whatever else it is. But I don't think these things are emphasized enough. It's simply the technique that is. I don't think it's really taught these deeper and higher levels of understanding. I think, along with the Pomodoro technique, you should be able to move it down to 15 minutes minimum, because some tasks, they don't take you 25 minutes, and yet they're still really important projects. And some will take you more. I think the 5-minute break thing, it could work for some people, but for other people, it's subjective. How much time do you need? I think that with the right task, you don't need breaks that often. But I do think it's a good standard for people starting out, because for most average people, they just really suck at doing stuff, and they take like 10-minute breaks every 10 minutes. So for you, who I'm hoping you're a successful person, or you're striving to become more successful and you're not just average, I'm hoping that you can work towards using the Pomodoro technique if you've never used it before, but with my own personal spin on it, which is simply you can lengthen or shorten that rigid 25-minute requirement, but commit to it. So you can't be like that guy who says, I'm going to do 30 minutes or an hour or even 15 minutes, and then you find yourself 5 minutes in and saying, oh, I'm just going to switch it up. I'm just going to make it a 5-minute time. That is copying out and making an excuse. I would say the minimum would be 15 minutes. And more important than any of this is actually deciding on what's important. There's something called the Eisenhower Matrix, which is based off President Eisenhower's prioritization and time management system, which is really good. It's very simple. And all you need to know is that You want to prioritize the things that are important and urgent first. If it falls into that bucket, that's stuff that you should choose to do. If it's important but not urgent, put it aside. If it's urgent and not important, put it aside. If it's not important and not urgent, put it aside. Now, it seems simple, but most people do not quantify this at all. They think they do, but they don't write it down. They don't actually view it like this. And they're doing a lot of things that they think are important, but it's really not urgent. They're doing things really out of whack in terms of the time cost to your success in life. For instance, why are you watching a video on pricing strategies, or maybe how to negotiate a higher raise when you don't have a job? It's just stupid. Or why are you reading books on how to live a happy marriage when you haven't even gotten a date yet, and your healthy or viable offspring lifespan stage is slowly shortening every single day? Maybe you have 20, 30 good, healthy, productive years. You should probably maybe start researching dating more than anything else. So there's that prioritization of what's important, and it goes really deep. Like, what will you really regret doing in 10 years? Maybe it's not just getting more money. Maybe it is actually doing something like taking a risk and doing something you love, even if there's no complete safe path for you and there is some chance of failure. That is what I call the Jeff Bezos framework. But again, a lot of other billionaires and successful people bring it up. The basic idea is you just look into the future and see what you would regret most truly. So thanks for watching. Long story short, Pomodoro Technique it's worth your time. I've tried it out myself a few times. It's all right. It's not the best thing for me, but that is just my opinion. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Of course, if you're new to this channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button below for free updates when I post new videos. Of course, if you want the exclusive and best stuff I have, you can, of course, go to my blog and subscribe to my email newsletter, which is, of course, free. Thanks for watching. Again, all the links will be in the description of this video below.